think I know what we're talking about today. It's obviously that time of year when all the lovey-doveyness comes out, right? Couples walking around hand in hand, intimate candlelit dinners, the kids being well behaved and putting themselves to bed without forgetting to brush their teeth. This is an accurate daydream, right? For all the love we demonstrate around Valentine's Day, the question comes to mind, why can't we show more love the rest of the year? Well, guess what? God's love goes all year round. Let's take a look at 3 things that God's love is for. 1. God's love is for you. This is the first step in love. You won't believe me, but get this, you are already loved by God. There are no conditions, no qualifications, no ifs, ands, or buts. You are already loved. In the church world, we call this love grace. Grace is a no-strings-attached gift of love given to you and to me by God. It doesn't matter who you are, where you've been, what you've done. None of that will ever change the grace that God gives to you. You are loved and accepted by God, no matter what. Back to this first step. You just need to accept that grace. Before you can really love other people, you need to know how unconditionally, irrevocably, completely ridiculously loved by God you are, just as you are. 2. God's love is for sharing. Sharing is caring, right? From a worldly perspective, life seems to be a zero-sum game. There's only so much good to go around, so to give anything away means you are going to have less. But God's love, it's different. His love is meant for sharing, just like a birthday cake. The key difference, though, is that when you share your love with others, you'll never have less. You'll never run out of slices from that love cake. When you share it with others, it just results in there being more love. 3. God's love is for action. Look at the ministry of Jesus. Here we find a person whose actions and words were in beautiful alignment. He preached love. He lived love. Jesus didn't just sit around and talk about how great loving people is. He went out and fed people who were hungry. Remember the fish and bread story? He also healed people who were sick and welcomed people who had been rejected by society. Let's recap. So what do you need to do? You need to accept God's grace no matter who you are. You need to share God's love with everyone around you. Don't worry, you won't run out. And finally, put God's love into action. There are lots of areas in Napanee that could use a helping hand and a loving hand. While none of this might seem revolutionary, it's not supposed to be. It's active love like this that has always changed the world for the better. How are you going to share God's love?